Ever wondered if Kate Middleton is struggling to cope with the pressures of royal life? Well, it seems that the whispers we've been hearing are true. A former royal insider recently confessed to the Daily Beast that Kate is grappling with a significant reconfiguration of her life, trying to strike a balance between her royal duties and personal life. This revelation isn't just a polite way of saying she's having trouble adjusting to her new responsibilities. It's a candid admission that the Duchess of Cambridge is finding it increasingly challenging to cope with the relentless scrutiny and expectations that come with her royal role. And it doesn't stop there. The insider further disclosed that Kate has always found public appearances and the meticulous scrutiny that accompanies them a tough nut to crack. Now, let's pause and ponder here for a moment. After over a decade of being a part of the royal family, you'd think she'd have gotten the hang of it, wouldn't you? But it appears that's not the case. A significant turning point came on a particular Wednesday, which wasn't just a blip on the radar, but rather a breaking point for the Duchess. This revelation is rather startling. If a few public appearances and bouts of media pressure are becoming too much for her, it does raise some serious questions about her future role as a monarch. The media has always portrayed Kate as the epitome of grace and poise, a future queen who has it all together. But behind the palace walls, it seems the reality is far from this picture-perfect image. It's becoming increasingly evident that Kate is facing the same challenges that Meghan Markle was criticized for, causing many to question whether the Duchess is indeed fit for the throne. Let's face it, a queen can't just retreat when the going gets tough. That's not a sign of strength, but one of avoidance. And avoidance certainly isn't a quality befitting a leader, especially not one who's destined to lead a monarchy. So if a few public appearances and media pressure are too much for her, what does that say about her ability to lead? Interestingly, Kate's struggle seems to echo another royal's experience. Yes, we're talking about Meghan Markle. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, faced similar challenges, but her journey was met with a very different public reaction. Meghan was thrust into the royal limelight in 2017 with her marriage to Prince Harry. She was a newcomer, an outsider, an American actress entering one of the world's most traditional and scrutinized families. Her struggles were not met with empathy, but with relentless criticism. Meghan was criticized for everything: her clothes, her speech, her behavior. The media vilified her, painting her as a troublemaker, a diva, an unsuitable royal. When Meghan and Harry decided to step back from their royal duties, they were seen as abandoning their responsibilities, not as a couple trying to protect their mental health and family. Now let's compare this to Kate's situation. Kate has been part of the royal family for over a decade. She was born and raised in England, groomed to be a future queen. She has always been viewed as the epitome of grace, poise, and royal elegance. Her struggles with the pressures of royal life have been met with sympathy, not scorn. But is it fair to compare the two women's experiences? Yes and no. Yes, because they both married into the same family, faced the same media scrutiny, and struggled with the same pressures of royal life. No, because their backgrounds, personalities, and public images are vastly different. Yet, the fact remains that both Meghan and Kate have faced struggles within the royal family. Meghan was vilified for hers, while Kate has been largely supported. It's a stark contrast that brings into question the double standards at play. Behind the palace walls, it seems Kate is cracking under the same spotlight Meghan Markle was ruthlessly attacked for surviving. The question now is, will the public and media response to Kate's struggles be as harsh as it was for Meghan? Or will they continue to uphold the image of Kate as the perfect future queen, even as she grapples with the pressures of royal life? But a leader, a queen in waiting, cannot just take a step back every time it gets hard. This isn't merely a statement, it's a fundamental truth. Leadership isn't about the glamour or the prestige. It's about the ability to withstand pressure, to face challenges head-on, and to keep moving forward no matter how tough the going gets. Kate Middleton's struggles, as revealed by royal insiders, raise serious questions about her ability to lead. If public appearances and media scrutiny are too much for her, then how can she be expected to lead a monarchy that's constantly under the microscope? How can she steer a centuries-old institution that is not only steeped in tradition, but also has to navigate the choppy waters of the modern world? Leadership is about resilience. It's about facing adversity and emerging stronger. It's about being a beacon of hope and strength for those who look up to you. It's about setting an example and showing the way. It's not about crumbling under pressure or avoiding challenging situations. So, if Kate is struggling with these basic requirements of leadership, then we must ask ourselves, is she really fit to lead? Can she truly fill the shoes of a queen, a position that demands not just grace and poise, but also strength, courage, and a firm resolve? The spotlight that comes with royal life is intense. There's no denying that. But it's part and parcel of the job. You can't enjoy the perks of royal life and then shy away from the responsibilities that come with it. You can't simply step back when the going gets tough. That's not leadership. That's avoidance. In the end, the leadership question isn't just about Kate. It's about the monarchy itself. It's about the kind of leadership that the monarchy needs in these trying times. It's about the kind of leader who can not only withstand the pressures of royal life, but also lead the monarchy into a new era. You can't lead a monarchy if you can't even face the public. Leadership isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head on. Now, even royal insiders are finally speaking out. This is a significant development in the royal narrative. For years, there's been a concerted effort to present an image of unity, of invincibility, and an unflappable resolve. But now, those very insiders, the ones party to the inner workings of the palace, are shedding light on a different reality. It's no small matter that insiders are revealing the struggles of Kate Middleton. It's an indication that the facade may be starting to crack, that the fairy tale image of the Duchess of Cambridge, and by extension the royal family, is fading. Remember, these insiders are the same people who've watched Kate navigate the royal life for over a decade. They've seen her at her best and at her worst. And for them to admit that Kate is battling with the pressures of royal life, that she's struggling with the public scrutiny and the weight of her future role as queen, well, it's a revelation that cannot be taken lightly. This isn't just about Kate, it's about the monarchy as a whole. If the future queen is grappling with the demands of royal life, what does this say about the institution itself? Is it too rigid, too demanding, or is it simply ill-suited to the realities of the 21st century? The royal family has always been shrouded in mystery, in tradition, in an image of perfection. But as these insiders speak out, we're seeing the human side of the monarchy, the side that struggles, that feels pressure, that isn't always picture perfect. It's important to remember that these are real people, dealing with real issues. Even if they do live in palaces, they're not immune to stress, to fear, to self-doubt. And perhaps it's time we start seeing them as such, rather than as characters in a fairy tale. The fairy tale image is fading, and maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's time for a more realistic, more human monarchy, one that's not afraid to show its struggles, its vulnerabilities, one that's ready to evolve with the times. The real question is, if Kate Middleton can't handle it, who's really fit to lead? This isn't just a question of succession or royal protocol. It's a question of capability, of resilience, of the ability to withstand the glare of the spotlight and the weight of a nation's expectations. It's about stepping into the shoes of a monarch, a role steeped in history and tradition, and yet having the courage and the strength to carve your own path. If Kate Middleton is indeed struggling, if the pressure is becoming too much, then perhaps it's time to look beyond the obvious, beyond the traditional line of succession. Could there be someone else, someone unexpected, who could rise to the challenge? What about the younger generation? The royal family is brimming with potential leaders. The younger royals, who have grown up in the digital age, might be better equipped to handle the relentless scrutiny of the media. They're used to living their lives in the public eye, and they understand the power of their image. Or perhaps it's time to look outside the royal family entirely. There are countless individuals who have proven their leadership abilities in other fields, who have shown that they can handle pressure, that they can make tough decisions and stand by them, that they can inspire and motivate others. Of course, this is all speculation. The decision ultimately lies with the Queen and the royal family. But it's an interesting question to ponder. If Kate Middleton is indeed struggling, then it's clear that the role of a royal is not for everyone. It requires a certain kind of strength, a certain kind of resilience. And perhaps it's time to redefine what it means to be a royal, what it means to lead. So, let us know what you think. Is Kate just overwhelmed, or has she silently accepted defeat?